Back with another video. Before we do say anything else, all praise to the Most High. Today we have the evidence that cooked Foolio'S killers. Yeah, them boys is fried, deep fried. I'm talking about deep fried chicken, nigga. Deep fried chicken wing, deep fried fish, deep fried Oreo, deep fried everything else, deep fried noodles. How you deep fried noodles? I don't know, but that's how they fried though. Let's get right into it.
So we now have the final update on the Foolio situation, and it is a bad day for his alleged, not even alleged at this point, his killers. I've always been a big fan of Foolio's music. I've followed the Jacksonville gang wars and street business for several years now. It's probably been about 5 or 6 years since I did a big documentary about the war in Jacksonville between Young and Ace's crew, ATK, Ace's top killers, and Foolio's KTA Kill Them All. There was a vicious gang war. A lot of songs went on both sides, and a lot of people wanted Foolio dead for years. They finally got what they were asking for all of those years, and the guys that did it are going to be going down as, I want to say, the most sloppy killers in history, but at the end of the day, I don't think they spared a thought for a minute about getting away with this or what they were going to do afterwards or planning this. It was just straight up bloodlust. Everybody in Jacksonville that had an issue with Foolio wanted him dead, and these guys took their opportunity and were quite willing to face the consequences, and now the consequences are here, and they've all been found guilty of first-degree murder. I've got the news for you here.
The jury will now decide next week if the defendants will spend the rest of their lives in prison or be sentenced to death.
Jury deliberations began Friday morning, and by early evening, the jury had reached a verdict.
The defendant is guilty of first-degree murder as charged.
All 4 men found guilty of first-degree murder in the shooting death of Jacksonville rapper Julio Foolio, whose real name is Charles Jones. The shooting happened in June of 2024 outside a hotel near the University of South Florida. 3 others were also injured. During the trial, prosecutors argued Isaiah Chance, Sean Gathright, Rashad Murphy, and Davion Murphy drove from Jacksonville to Tampa to kill Jones while he was celebrating his birthday.
These 4 men decided and planned and came to Tampa for one night, for one purpose, man. And that was to hunt and track and kill Charles Jones.
The state attorney's office says the jury saw evidence, including surveillance video of the shooting, text messages between the defendants, and cell phone data that showed an effort to track Jones and commit the crime.
There is a real gang war going on in Jacksonville. ATK and 1200 are at war with 6 Block. It is blatant. They shoot each other, and then they post about it on social media.
Now the jury will decide if these 4 men will spend the rest of their life in prison or be sentenced to death.
The penalty phase is expected to begin on Monday afternoon at 1 p.m. Reporting in Tampa, Julie Solomon, Tampa Bay 28.
So,
bro, the lawyers was recommending life. Do you know how bad, how ultimately screwed you are for your defense to recommend life without the possibility of parole? That's insanity. Like, that's crazy. That's crazy. Please don't send us on the death. That's crazy, bro. Do you know, man? Hey, bro, that's wild.
Yeah, it's over with, right? It's over for Foolio's killers.
For sure.
And a lot of people are really happy to see it. You know, everybody went down. The reaction on Reddit has been pretty severe. And the verdicts are in. Ghost, Sean Gathright, Davion, and Goddazay guilty on all charges regarding Foolio's murder. They're saying that I'm a changed man stuff didn't help you. Now Sean really thought he finna be out. I'm a changed man, but it's only been 2 years from the shooting. People saying the streets ain't worth it. You think the cops ain't gonna involve? They got way more tech on their side. 1 life for 4 wasted ones. This ain't it, bro. Freedom smells good right now. I'm gonna go get a seafood boil. Damn.
Facts.
So people go on to say Sean, Rashad, and Gunnar definitely thinking this wasn't worth it, and Davion just don't give a F. Saying they got destroyed, straight blowout, fried, whatever you name it. Blowout fried's crazy. It's hard to feel bad for any of them boys. This is how innocent people get killed all the time. They literally drove hours to kill that man at a hotel with no regard to the public. Let them rot in prison for real. Fair. Game over. They went like 0-20. All right. I can see them getting the death penalty besides Gunner. I don't know if the death penalty is on the... Sounds like the death penalty might be on the table. It's crazy, man. It's crazy.
Oh, it's for sure on the table. It's for sure on the table.
Last week, Julio Foolio's mother actually reacted to what initially looked like a not guilty verdict. Or was it one of the guilty verdicts read? But she would kind of react to the news. I believe she actually was reacting to the news of maybe the first guilty verdict.
Oh, she got the casino chain.
Bottles of Don Julio.
Okay.
She was throwing it back in their faces, man. Everybody popped a bottle of Don Julio when Foolio died.
That
and
Bugatti
she's
chain?
having her moment too, so shout out to her. Okay, definitely can't play that. But she posing with the Don Julio bottles. You know what I'm saying? She doing what everybody was doing to Foolio. She got the Louis bag. She got the...
I know you locked up right now, but Bugatti, how she get your chain? Did you get that joint to Foolio? That'd be hard if you did. I ain't gonna lie.
Casino chain. She's throwing a middle finger up. She basically...
Casino world.
She's not happy. She's not overjoyed. She's not partying. She's not celebrating. She lost her son, and nothing's going to bring him back, unfortunately. But at least
she just wanna rub
justice was delivered. It says she's happy her son's killers are gone. I get it, but considering people have already targeted her in the past, antagonizing people probably isn't the best thing to do. But they're saying people targeted her because of Foolio. Now Foolio's gone. I don't think anyone will do the same. They're saying she's giving herself the middle finger. I don't know about that. You can't be mad at her. She's still the mama at the end of the day. Let her enjoy that. She literally got shot during the gang war. Now, after the verdict was read, Sean Gathright, one of the alleged shooters, all right, he was a changed man, didn't change fast enough, and he was actually captured in the courtroom visibly crying.
That's still crazy how Foolio kept that
There he is, look.
chain. That's wild.
Shedding some tears, shedding some real tears for what he did. They're trying to console him, but ain't no consoling that.
Bro, you finna cry in court?
Getting a little pat on the back. They're giving him a little, they rubbing his head.
Boy, you
over
threw.
with, buddy. Cooked.
You threw.
Overcooked.
You shouldn't even
Didn't
put
change
no,
fast enough, gang.
You shouldn't even put no suit
Look, I don't
on.
take pleasure in seeing somebody go out like this way, but at the end of the day,
I do.
You know, this man committed murder, and these are the consequences. As a society, this is what we, this is what we have to deliver. We have to deliver justice. Can't let you have all of that. Now, him crying at his verdict did go viral as well. We saw that over on Reddit. People were saying this was Sean crying after his verdict. They couldn't believe it. These are the real consequences of the streets. The consequences of sliding. You might die, you might lose your life, you might lose your freedom, and you might go out like this. It's very unfortunate, but these are the real consequences. It's a reality setting. It's all fun and games till that verdict say guilty. The I'm too white for this stuff cry. Says the thing that gets me with Sean is how he literally ran down Foolio's car, kept shooting even after it had passed him. How did he think it was going to end?
Facts. You was the main one.
To make it better, it was the second time he shot at him, and now we want to cry. Allegedly, he had been trying to kill Foolio previously. Saying Sean's about to be food behind them walls, bruh. They're saying being on death row might actually save him. Saying he had a good childhood. Don't get crying like a bitch now. But he finna get the treatment once, like one dude off lockdown. Okay, it is pretty extreme. So there's another viral moment from the case that related to Sean. He actually attempted to escape while in custody awaiting trial, and this footage was going around. Wasn't the brightest move either.
You're through. You're through. Ain't nobody letting you out. You ain't never getting out.
Bro.
You're through. You're through.
Let me out.
You're through. And you're stupid. You gonna draw all that attention to yourself and then try to escape? You gonna make a bunch of noise and then try to escape? You slow. You slow for real. You're watching too many movies. You think this Blue Street. Now you trying to act like you ain't did nothing.
Sit in that chair and don't move.
When we put the pause on.
Interesting, right? I ain't never seen anyone try and do that before. So at this moment he knew he had effed up, right? saying he thought he was in a video game, thinking he can just escape through the vent. He thought he was going to be crawling through the vents, looking down at the police, talking and shit. He played too many video games, man. Been waiting on this vid since I seen his escape attempt in the paperwork. He worked too hard for this to quit now, man. Says he had a panic attack briefly. A normal human being wants to be able to leave a spot when they want, but at that moment he was probably in there for a while and had anxiety. Well, he's going to be in somewhere else for a while, unfortunately.
Yeah, much longer time.
You look at it now. Interestingly enough, also during the trial, prosecutors presented evidence.
I think they don't have to issue the death penalty for him, because if he did that just off of being locked in the room, you might not have to sentence him to death, if you get what I'm saying. It might already be taken care of once you sentence him to life. I don't know.
Showing Rashad Murphy, aka Ghost, one of the other shooters, was actually liking and sharing posts from Julio Foolio.
That's correct. This is from Rashad Murphy's Instagram account. He's actually searching for Isaiah Chance's Instagram account, as you can see there, selected.
Searches definition. Searches returns a list of accounts, tags, or places the account holder search for. What? Selected search result. Selected search results. Selected art of war quote type account timestamp. Selected Gutters 8. Man, hold on, bro. Oh, hold up. You mean to tell me they can look and see what you searched and have the exact time and day that you searched it? And had the exact account that you selected when you searched it? Man, hey, bro. Yeah, stay off the net.
Is what you would input into a search box, and he puts in double G Gutters. So he's searching for Isaiah Chance's Instagram account at this time.
When did y'all get this?
Conducted after the Charles Jones flyers had been posted to Instagram?
Correct, yes.
What is it that we're seeing in 88E 1 and 2 at 7:50 or 6 minutes later?
Correct. So what we see here is Rashad Murphy's Instagram account is actually liking the post the victim made about with the flyers that he was going to be in teasers. So we can see a liked post author, Julio Foolio, which is the victim, and then it puts the actual timestamp that Rashad Murphy's account likes that post.
He was liking the posts and the posters for Foolio's birthday bash where they killed him. Doesn't really get dumber than that. I've probably seen similarly dumb things in criminal cases, but that's crazy. They also found images of Foolio's car inside of his phone. So he was cooked from the get-go.
Yeah, so this image on the right there from Rashad Murphy's phone appears to be a driveway, and at the rear of the driveway we can see a vehicle that it matches all the characteristics of the victim's vehicle, specifically the one he was killed in Tampa.
So they were scoping him out. They had his car. But not just that, all right? Come to find out, Rashad Murphy, he's one of us. He was a Redditor. He was reportedly browsing on Reddit around this time and just scoping out the Foolio murder.
So this is a screenshot on Rashad Murphy's phone where he's screenshotting a poll from Reddit that reads, "Who is the top no face of Jax," as in Jacksonville, and then it lists 3 options, and on that top one we see Ghost 187. And then there's also a caption at the bottom that reads, "WAP and Spins always talk about Ghost in their songs. Never seen a trail of him on the internet. WAP got a whole song named after him called Ghost."
Throughout the course of your investigation, we're able to identify 2 individuals by the nicknames of Wappa with the Choppa and Spinabens.
Correct.
So he was screenshotting Reddit posts, and he was on Reddit and polls about him being the biggest no-face hitter in Jacksonville. It is insane. Prosecutors would also highlight that the suspects were extensively tracking Foolio and those around him through Instagram.
In this particular instance, did Charles Jones repost this tagged image at 4:06 a.m.?
Yes.
Did you have an opportunity to review the Instagram returns of Rashad Murphy to determine whether there was any interaction with Charles Jones or Tax Free's account after this post was made?
Yes.
88F3 Can you explain to us what we're seeing now?
So this is after the post we just spoke about. This is Rashad Murphy's Instagram account searching for the gentleman who made that post, tax-free 52K, and that search is highlighted here in yellow, and it is at on Saturday the 22nd at 13.
Bro, let this please be a lesson for anybody doing anything, not even just crime, just to be aware. They can look at what you search, at when you searched it. So when you on Instagram and you searching for somebody's page, that's recorded, and they can go back and get that at the exact date and time. Please be careful, people. What? Like, yo, that's insanity. That's insanity. That make me scared to even have an Instagram account or any type of that make me scared to even use my phone, period. We need to go back to the 1940s.
43, which is 1:43 p.m. UTC, so it would be 9:43 a.m. Eastern Standard.
Was this after tax-free's posts and
Yes.
Charles Jones's repost?
Correct.
It's sloppy on both sides. Foolio should have been posted like that.
PSA to all you gang members and killers and murderers out there. Not just pictures from the scene of the crime, not just your Instagram posting. You will get Instagram subpoenaed, and they will find out exactly when you searched for people. If you just went on your Instagram account, forget posts, reposts, all that crap, DMs. They'll find out when you searched for something. They'll know exactly when. There ain't no deleting that. You didn't even know they were saving that information, did you? Well, they saving it, and there ain't no deleting it, and that is all going to be part of the evidence against you. There would also be digital and forensic evidence that showed that their devices, all of the killers, arrived at the Airbnb in Florida, and Sean Gathright even screen recorded Foolio's activity at the time.
Stupid.
At the same time that co-defendant Alicia Andrews arrives, the devices to Isaiah Chance and Sean Gathright arrive, and then within 2 minutes after that, we see the device of Davion Murphy arrive in this location as well.
Davion.
In 95B4 is the image on the left, the Instagram video that you previously indicated Mr. Jones had posted from some kind of a store about a pool party.
Correct.
What is it that we're looking at in 138B1, please?
So the image on the right here is actually a screen recording that was saved on Sean Gathright's iCloud backup, and it's a screen recording where it appears that his device is watching the victim's posts on social media and screen recording them at the same time.
May I confirm that 138 has previously been admitted?
So they got all of that. They got all the screen recordings, right? You guys were really stalking this guy, not with a care in the world for the trail you were leaving behind. They just wanted to get him. Rashad Murphy reportedly also messaged somebody to get the location of Foolio's Airbnb to go and try and do the hit.
Account.
Yes.
At 12:38 a.m., approximately 11 minutes later, was there an Instagram message exchange with Ghost187 and John Wall 22?
Correct.
And again, Ghost187 had been identified to Rashad Murphy?
Yes.
And what was the exchange that occurred at 12:38 a.m. on the 23rd?
So what we can see from Rashad Murphy's Instagram return is a message sent to the user John Wall 22, and in the body you can see the actual message that he sent. And at 12:38 a.m. on the 23rd, Rashad Murphy's account messages to John Wall, "Get the B&B for me, gang."
What does Mr. John Wall reply, if anything?
John Wall replies, "Man, you know I want it myself, and if I could, I would have had it. There's so many hoes there. Just ask somebody you can get it from them."
At this point in your investigation, based on the stories and the returns from Charles Jones's account, are they still posting from the Airbnb?
Yes.
That's 12:38 a.m. What about at 12:44 a.m.? Is there anything of relevance or significance that occurs with likes on Mr. Rashad Murphy's account?
Yes, he likes a post by Young and Ace from ATK.
Is Young and Ace Kenyatta Bullard?
Yes.
And is that the same individual who created the raps videos that we've seen thus far? So Who I Smoke or Do It?
Game Over, yes.
So you're doing all that and you're messaging Young and Ace. You kind of dragging Ace into this. He ain't even want no parts in this. He lucky he'd been separated from this. Now, John Wall, who Rashad Murphy had actually messaged in that instance, had previously dated Foolio's cousin Taria, but didn't warn Foolio of what was going on. Now, this was going around on Reddit. It says Taria ain't lie at all after Foolio was her cousin.
Nigga knew Foolio was dead before Foolio was dead, bitch type shit. He like, He like, oh yeah, they had already told me they was down there, gonna be down there this, that, and third, and I know something gonna happen. Like he telling me something gonna happen next thing, and when the shit actually happened, he like, I just know somebody dead. I just know somebody dead. It's either La Robert. Oh, the nigga wanted to kill La Robert, y'all. He wanted to kill La Robert. Mad cause I used to talk to La Robert, y'all, a long time ago, a little while ago. But yeah, I wanted to kill La Robert, girl. All types of shit. Okay, boom. But yeah, so he like, yeah, I just know somebody dead. It's gotta be Foolio or Kenny, the Robert. So I'm like, what the fuck? How you know? Like, how you so sure? He like, bro, I just know. And then he like, the nigga ghost had and wrote him in vanish mode before the shit happened. It was like, where Foolio Airbnb at? And he like, what the fuck? Like, how I'm going, nah. So, but bitch, you already knew that they was down there, and when it happened and all that, like, you already knew all this shit was going on. So y'all, he like, I tried to tell him, I wrote him from a fake page and said like, be on point, them boys out there, bitch, a fake page. How the fuck is Foolio gonna see that? Foolio had damn near 1 million followers. How the fuck would he see what a fake page just wrote him, bitch? You should have let me know, bitch. I could have got the word to him faster, bitch. The fuck? The blood on your hands just as much as it is on their hands. So, fuck is you talking about?
Yeah, it's
They have it, right? She basically giving up the goods and saying, look, all these people lined them up. They was trying to get the information, right? Saying, oh, this is what Trey Boy was talking about. Them boys really knew that 6 was about to get blitzed. So they're saying the people knew what was going to go down at Foolio's party. People were dropping the low. Now, 3 of the suspects were placed in the vehicle at a McDonald's as they were tracking Foolio before the shooting went down. That would also be played in court.
Yes, specifically the devices attributed to Davion Murphy, Alicia Andrews, and Isaiah Chance tracked to a McDonald's on Fletcher.
During the course of your interview or the investigation itself, did Isaiah Chance admit that he was present at this McDonald's just at this McDonald's, please?
Yes.
Did the cell phone information also confirm that?
Correct.
Are you able in the McDonald's video also to actually see the 2 front passengers?
Yes.
And are you able to confirm device usage while they're in line waiting in the McDonald's video?
Yes, specifically the female in the front right seat is using a phone. You can see it through the windshield.
Are you able to see a device being used?
They got the McDonald's security footage. Oh my
God.
God.
And around the same time as this is happening, Sean Gathright was texting his girlfriend and sister, basically trying to locate that Airbnb where Foolio and them were.
So starting at 1:32 a.m. on the early morning hours of Sunday the 23rd, while the other 3 are at McDonald's, Sean Gathwright's device texts Kyla Enright's device saying, I need you to text Fat Boy. I need y'all to text Fat Boy.
Were you able throughout the course of your investigation to determine who Fat Boy was or may have been?
Yes.
Who was that?
Xavier Edwards.
And what, if any, response is there?
Kyla responds about what?
Does Mr. Gathright respond?
Yes, he says, hey sis, I need you to text Fat Boy and tell him you're trying to pull up and trying to see him tonight.
At this point, do you know who's on the other line from Miss Kyla Enright's device?
From Kyla Enright's statement, we knew that her and Nevia were together at this time, but when he says, hey sis, I'm not 100% sure whether Sean's talking to his sister through through Kyla's device or if he's talking directly to Kyla.
And is there a response as well to his messages about texting Fat Boy?
Yes.
What is that?
He know I'm gone. I've been FaceTiming him while I'm out.
Does Mr. Gathright send additional messages, and what were they?
Yes, he says he's in Tampa right now. Bro, make it seem like you don't know that he's there. He's at a B&B with 6. Be like, where you at? I want to pull up. I'm drunk and trying to fuck. And then never mind.
Was there a response to his 4 text messages?
Yes, we at Tierra the club.
Were you able to, throughout your investigation, determine where the devices for Kyla Enright or Nevada Gathright were on the early morning hours of the 23rd when these messages were sent?
The devices, no.
Or where they are?
Yes, their statements in Orlando.
Does Kyla, or the title Kyla, respond?
Yes. Kyla says, you want to come to the B&B with us, question mark? And Sean Gathright says, no, I'm in Tampa. I'm trying to see where his B&B is at. Kyla then responds, whose B&B? And then Sean Gathright responds, 6.
Throughout the course of your investigation, who was identified as 6?
The victim, Charles Jones.
Was there anything after 6 and before Sean Gathright sends another text?
Yeah, he in between 6 and Fools? There was nothing in between 6 and Fools. The very next one, he elaborates Fools.
And what was the message after that?
Fools, and then it's his birthday and Fat Boy's with him.
To your understanding, was it Charles Jones' birthday weekend, the celebration for which they all came down to Tampa?
Yes.
And did Kyla respond?
Yes, not here in Jacksonville.
And Gathright?
Nah, they're in Tampa.
So look, he's trying to contact everybody and trying to locate the Airbnb, basically, okay? Just non-stop communication, just leaving a whole trail of breadcrumbs, saying exactly who he's looking for.
Kyla then responds, what, question mark?
Does Kyla send another message after what?
The very next one after what is, let me FaceTime.
And does Sean Gathright respond?
Bro, make it like you don't know it. And then Kyla responds, Fat Boy's going to Beezer's tonight or some shit like that.
At 1:34 a.m., does Mr. Jones start to post updates about his location to Instagram?
Correct.
What was the first update, please? 95A.
Yeah, so at 1:34 a.m., Mr. Jones posts publicly to his account, the police shut us down and kicked us out of their Airbnb. That's crazy work. So at this point of the night, his group is being thrown out of the Airbnb where the pool party's at.
a few moments later, 1:41 a.m.
Yep.
So we know how this all went down, man, and unfortunately Foolio got turfed out of his Airbnb, ended up at a hotel, they got his low, and they unfortunately killed him, and now they're all cooked. So that's all the evidence that cooked them, you know, basically all of that is some of the most damning stuff that really there's no arguing against, all right? So everybody's waking up. Not everybody is happy to see these killers off the streets. You know, Whopper with the Chopper, who's affiliated with the Young and Aces ATK, he would react to the news, he would post Davion Murphy, said, and I view all that lame stuff you hoes and dudes from the city be saying. Basically saying, God got the last say, y'all boys, free the innocent. Not looking too innocent to me. They're saying innocent. Yeah, not so innocent, gang, right? Not so innocent. But, you know, he'd be giving his thoughts, giving his opinion, and, you know, people would be clapping back at him too, right? A lot of people are saying that there's a Rico coming. It says Rico coming, y'all cooked. They're saying Rico dead, lil bruh. And so basically, a lot of people still think that the ATK, Young and Ace, Rico will come eventually, and they will be taken down with Young and Ace being painted as the top of this big criminal enterprise, the ATK, the Aces top killers that have waged untold death and destruction all over Jacksonville and beyond. I do wonder if that Rico's coming. I hope for Young and Ace's sake that it's not. I hope that he genuinely did have nothing to do with this and he stayed out of it. I'd like to see him focus on music. I'd like to see him. He's all we got left, really, as far as Jacksonville goes, man. So sad to lose Foolio. I was a big fan of his music. But anyway, that is the breakdown. That's all of the reasons and the evidence as to why Foolio's killers got cooked, man. Let me know what you'll think of that video. I'm feeling a bit tired, feeling a bit down today. So I don't know if I've got the energy to do a David update today, but I'll see how I feel. But yeah, I'm not feeling that today. But I hope you found that breakdown useful. I know I'm a few days late, but I wanted to cover this. And I had a few links and things lined up, but I took yesterday off and I'm back today. Anyway, gang, thanks for watching this video. I'll catch you guys hopefully tomorrow.
Dang, hey man, hope you feel better, bro. What's the problem? What the problem is? Anyway, yeah, bro, that whole thing was insane, bro. I ain't gonna lie, Foolio aura insane. That man had the coolest rap name, the coolest nickname, everything. I don't take no sides and none of that. I don't know none of these people, you know, feel me? I ain't got nothing to do with none of that, but shit, it's just sad, bro, that's how that had to end. That's how his story had to end. It's just terrible. And knowing that people knew what was about to happen or knew that people was looking for him, trying to get at him that night, nobody said nothing. It's just crazy, dog. But anyway, that's going to do it for this video. Y'all eat y'all some food. Y'all get y'all some money and stay out of the way. Catch y'all in the next one.